I've tried, and I've tried even more. I've cried, and I can't recall what for. I've pressed, I've pushed, I've yelled, I've begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give, the more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget, and I'm now in fucking debt. I strive to get everything done. I've played by all the rules, but I've very rarely won. I've smiled, I've charmed, I've wooed and laughed, alas to no avail. I've run round like a dullard to unequivocally fail. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck fuse has just blown. I've been hunting for my fucks all day, but they've upped and fucked off home. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck rations are depleted. I've rallied my fuck army, but it's been fucking defeated. The effort has just not been worth the time or the expense. I've exhausted all my energy for minimal recompense. The complete lack of acknowledgement has now begun to gall, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck at all. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked off they refuse to fucking stay. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have gone insane. They've come back round and past me while they're fucking off again. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have all dissolved. I've planned many projects, but my fucks won't be involved. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have all been spent. They fucked off from the building and I don't know where they went. I've no more fucks to give, I've no more fucks to give. I've no more fucks, I've no more fucks, I've no more fucks to give.
Yeah, let's fucking go. I just washed my hands, bro. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I just did my taxes, bro. Let's fucking go. Hold up, where we going? I don't fucking know. I just walked the dog. Let's fucking go. I just cut up some coupons. Let's fucking go. I just had to fucking come. Let's fucking go. I just cleaned my car. Let's fucking go. I just wrecked my car. Let's fucking go. I'm behind bars. Let's fucking go. I just got bail. Okay, cool. Let's go. First day out of jail. Let's fucking go. I got disowned. Let's fucking go. I no longer have a home. Let's fucking go. I just got a payday loan. Let's fucking go. I no longer have a wife. She divorced me. Let's go. I no longer have a dog. It got hit in the let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I just got a motherfucking phone. Let's fucking go. No longer have a home. Let's fucking go. Sleeping in the streets in the hot air. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I no longer have a car. I just got fucking let's fucking go. My dick just got chopped off. Let's fucking go. Replace my dick with my bitch. Let's fucking go. Just got addicted to let's fucking go. Bro, I'm about to explode. Let's fucking go. Just got shot 9 times. I'm good. Let's fucking go. There's blood in my mouth. It tastes good. Jesus just came down from heaven. I'm let's fucking go. This is the rapture. Let's fucking go. I didn't get saved. Let's fucking go. There's hell on earth. Fucking let's go. Fucking go. Make it to heaven. Let's fucking go. Jesus still loves me. I let's fucking go. Fucking go. Let's fucking go. The road is about to end. Let's fucking go. All I smell is fucking. Let's fucking go. The sky is red. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I miss my wife. I miss my dog. I miss my car. I miss my job. I miss my life. I miss my fucking. Let's go. Regret nothing at all.
Yo, what up, everybody? It is motherfucking Monday. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. What up, motherfuckers? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Um, so here we go. I am printing something on this. I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is. If you want to know, you'll have to wait because that shit's got like, I don't know, like 10 more hours. But you can feel free to take guesses. It's fucking green. It's got a lot of supports. I'll give you a hint. It is St. Patrick's Day themed, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's really not all that important. All I will say is that, um, man, those new supports, those Prusa organic supports, they boy, they print thin, right? So it's been a scary process watching this go up. Yo, what up, Westery? All right, let's see. Let's see what is going on. Maker Bees was the first one in the chat today. Welcome in, my dude. Betty Monster. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. If you guys don't know, Betty Monster is the person who came in and recruited me for the Stack Up campaign. Pretty awesome. We got a chance to talk for quite a bit, and I have a feeling that we probably could have carried on a conversation for a few hours. Let's see, Retro Maker, welcome in. Look at you, man. You tried to get a motherfucker in there before the alerts were on, so let me hook you up. Let me hook you up. Hold up.
Hello, motherfucker.
There you go. Hello, motherfucker. Chelsea's in the chat. Always good to see Chelsea. That's my home girl. And of course, Spitting Moon, my homie Scotty. He he won the giveaway we did for the signed copy of the book, and he got it. Chilling with the book. Boom, boom, boom. And what up, Westery? How's farm life? I don't know anything about farm life except what I play on PC games. You know, Harvest Moon, Graveyard Keeper, Animal Crossing. That's just kind of how we do. So I have been printing something on the other printer. It is kind of finished. I just gotta like, it's a base that just finished on a little figure that I was working on all week, Stardew Valley. So I had like mixed emotions with Stardew Valley because I wanted to like it, but I gotta be honest, the fishing mechanic in that game is what made me not like it. I don't understand why they had to make that fishing mechanic so complicated compared to other farming games. Like, let me catch a fish, bro. You just gotta get used to it. Yeah, well, I mean, you cheat that part every time. Fuck that mechanic, right? And see, I played it back when it was only on PC. So before it ever came to like the Switch or any of the consoles or whatever. And I don't know, I don't know if they made improvements or changed it or what. Get good. Oh my God, you are trash talking today. You are trash talking today.
And I like Vicky, and she likes me back. And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Trash talking. You brought in 16 1,200-pound round bales that are now wet and praying they don't mold. Oh shit. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I like there'll be times when I'm playing like those farming simulating games and I'm like, man, I could totally farm and grow me some tomatoes and shit. But nope. I know in real life I couldn't hack it. My back be like, nah. Bro, I woke up this morning and I sneezed like 22 times in a row. And I swear to God, I thought like I've already been having lower back problems. And I'm like, yo, if I don't stop sneezing, like I'm gonna end up having to get a backiotomy. Doctors say I need a backiotomy. You have way too many allergies. I hate the outside. God damn. I'm just allergic to sunlight at this point. But nah, I tried to have somewhat touch grass. I tried to have somewhat of an eventful weekend. Um, which just means I watched two TV shows instead of one. So you know how we do. Also, I wanted to give a big shout out, man. We did on the last stream on the first day of working with Stack Up and raising money towards mental health awareness and suicide prevention. You guys were amazing. We hit the goal in the first hour. It was like that goal just got demolished. And so I went ahead and bumped the goal up, man, because it's a good cause. It's a cause that's like kind of near and dear to me. Um, so I'm all about trying to support it. Your back yesterday was trash, but cleaning up gonna have tons of firewood. Maybe do barbecue. Yo, somebody was burning. I don't think it was firewood, but they were just like I don't know if they were doing a bonfire or something. But I had my it was nice and cool out last night. So where I live, it's been in like the 70s and 80s. It's already hot. It's like summertime hot, and it's just not humid yet, but it's definitely hot. And somebody was outside like doing a bonfire or something, and I had my bedroom window open because I was letting the cool air in it like as it got dark, and for some reason like all the smoke from their fire thing or whatever just came in through my window, and it had my whole house smelling like it was on fire. So I thought I did something wrong. But yeah, so I will show you guys real quick one of the other things I was working on is what's her name? Captain whatever from Ghost in the Shell. This is a gam body model, and I did that in that Kubin silk PLA, and actually shit came out real nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. You know who it is. I couldn't remember what her name was. But it came out nice. So I was real happy with that. When you know, you know. For sure. For sure. But yeah, I'm really honestly I didn't get up to nearly as much this weekend as I thought I would. So I was actually kind of lazy. I did manage to get some laundry done, which is good, but I just couldn't. I don't know. I don't even think I painted anything this weekend. Like I wanted to. I had this model of Chelsea's that I printed out for her Palmy from Pokemon. Is it a St. Patrick's Day Slimer? Nah. Although to be fair, this green is way more green than what the camera is showing, and it probably would make for a really good Slimer. But like, I took Chelsea's Palmy, right, and I like went and sanded it down some and sprayed it down with primer, and I was gonna paint it, and I never got around to it. But one thing I did, if you didn't see it on Twitter, you guys saw it, was it was in the middle of printing. This took just over 40, 44 hours. And again, in that Kubin purple PLA, we did manage to get Chelsea's Mewtwo skull finally done. And in this particular color, it was 40, I think right at, it was either 44 or 46 hours at 0.16 layer height. And the details in this thing, well, I printed it at 100%. So, I mean, this it's pretty big, but like even the details like here on the back, like that eyeball and stuff, like everything on there came out so nice. And it was funny because I was sending the pictures to my girlfriend, right? I was like "Oh, I got to show you what I printed. It looks really cool. I'm not even going to paint it. Like it looks that good that I'm not even going to paint it. I'm just going to keep it like it is." And before so I took like four pictures of it from all different angles, and about the second picture in, she says, "Oh, that reminds me of Mewtwo." And I was like, "Well, if you let me finish." You printed a small one and the details still pop. Nice. Yeah, I imagine that at any size, I there's a lot of her skulls that I've printed that I've gone smaller with at like 80%. I think the only other like full size one I did is that one that I really really like, which is that blue one with the tentacles. I still think that's like my favorite skull of all time. Plus I love that blue color that I printed that in. And your only experience with the shiny material is that it's really brittle? Not really. I mean, it's definitely it's not brittle, but it is softer because it's silk. So it's softer than most plastics, and it's really hard to find good silk. Yeah, just like Chelsea said, depends on the brand. Um, if it's a bad silk or like a rainbow silk, sometimes like these companies just put the stuff out because it's shiny, but it don't like it just don't. This particular brand, which is Kubin, like I really like their silks. I like their regular PLA, but I'm just there's never gonna be a better silk than Polyalchemy Elixir. I'm just gonna say that right now. The layers will legit peel apart sometimes. Not just peel apart, they just won't stick to each other while you're printing them. Like I've definitely had some that like frustrated me so bad that I just wanted to toss them because it's like it would start laying down a layer. The first layer would be fine, but the next layer wouldn't stick to the previous layer. It's not durable afterwards most of the time, made to be put on a shelf. Yeah, yeah, for the most part. When it comes to silks, and I will say that sometimes painting the silks can also be a pain in the ass because the material don't want to grab. So even with primer, it just doesn't want to grab. But there are like polyalchemy elixir never had that problem. I don't know what they how they were able to do what they do, but like it was like the each layer would melt into itself. And so not only was it like a strong cohesive bond, but it was like damn near perfect, like no layer lines perfect. But yeah. So that was what I was working on. I had man, I had that Mewtwo skull printing for almost 2 straight days. The Ghost in the Shell figure took me about a day and a half, I think, with all the different parts. It wasn't one piece. Yo, what up, Cup Noodles? And then this one, when I sliced it out this morning, it said it was going to be like 18 hours, even at a point 0.3 layer height. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's something I printed before, but because of the size of it, I printed it so small that that it just really wasn't worth it. But yeah, it was what am I printing? Sexy Cyborg. So I did print her already, but the and I printed her in this purple, but the fingers failed. I'll show you that real quick. It was really hard when removing the supports because it's all one piece, and the fingers on this side failed here. And technically, I can just resculpt them and then paint it. You know, paint the whole thing. But I'm going to do. I showed her and she told me um, that this prints best upside down. So I'm going to try to print it and support it upside down and see. And then, but I'm also going to throw one in resin, which I think it said at the current settings that I use, it's about a 9 hour resin print. But I mostly just did that to support, her and her causes and stuff. I feel terrible about her getting her Patreon taken away from her a while back and or being caused to lose her Patreon. So I went Twitter blue. I did. I did. Um, I mostly went Twitter blue because my fingers try to type faster than I can think, and that mostly had to do with needing the unsend and the edit button. But to be fair, I actually hate Twitter blue. I actually hate it. Um, because every time I try to send something, there's like a short delay unless I click on it and then go ahead and hit send now afterwards. Um, I don't see the point of that when you can if it allows you to edit it up to 30 minutes. Um, yeah, the whole thing about nobody seeing your posts, like my posts were being jammed to the bottom of everything. I won't say that it's helped with that, but what it does is so if you reply to somebody, your replies show up at the top of their post. So let's say Chelsea posts something, um, and I reply to it. Anybody who sees that post, my reply shows up at the top versus whoever answered first. And so um it's not really what it seems. But the I mostly just wanted it for an edit button, but the fact that like so me, Chelsea, and Fotis one day were all talking on a three-way message. It's not gay if it's in a three-way. But we were talking on a group DM, and we all decided to change our profile pictures at the same time, all three of us. And I changed mine, and then it wouldn't let me change it again. Right? I had as soon as I changed it, my blue check went away, and it said it had to wait for it to re-verify. And it took like 2.5 weeks. So there was 2.5 weeks of a month I paid for that I didn't have the benefits of Twitter Blue. Um, and then any if I want to change my profile picture, I got to go through that whole process again. It's every time you change it, and I feel like even as a free user, like I got to change my profile picture as much as I wanted without like being punished for it. Am I calling Chels a dude? No, I said it was me, Chelsea, and Fotis all at the same time in a conversation. So there was two dudes and one Chelsea. The dumbest form of pay to win. I mean, you pretty much am. Yeah, she's just one of the guys. She's just one of the dudes. I don't know. I get that Twitter Blue might not be for everybody. I definitely the ads part of it, the whole see less ads, that had that had zero effect on me anyway because I have ad blockers, so I don't see the ads anyway. She has more PP than me. I don't know. It wouldn't take much. Small PP power. Fuck you, by the way, Jen, coming here talking shit after not being here for months. How are you? How have you been? You didn't even know that there are ads? Yeah, same. I've had ad blocker for so long between although I mean I know there's ads because let's see. Just since going live and posting that to Twitter and having Twitter open, it's blocked 811 ads. So that should tell you just how many ads you're getting in every 20 minutes on Twitter. That's a lot of fucking ads. Because figure it's not just, especially if you're on like desktop, right? Because it's not just in your feed. It's like they put ads off to the side. They put like ads within a tweet, like just all kinds of shit. Target has a sale on eggs. I don't know if it's everywhere, but it's like 219 to 239. I mean, we got four 18 packs of eggs for free because we know some people that have some chickens. But otherwise, I think the last time I went to go buy eggs, like a 12 pack of eggs was like like almost $4, $5, something like that. Which they used to be like $1.79 for a dozen. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still gonna keep Twitter Blue though, hoping that, there'll be some future features, but for the most part, it's really not worth it. You're screwed if you're in California, Oregon, or Maryland. Well, fuck that. You eat enough eggs to buy in bulk. See, we used to. I used to. They had these at our one of our local grocery stores. They had these trays of like 36 eggs. You get like 36 eggs, and it was like 3.99 for 36 eggs, 36 grade A large eggs. And now that shit's like $12. Eggs should be dropping. They were not putting meat in chicken food. Yeah, somebody who had some chickens told me it was funny that they switched up the chicken feed and swapped it with like goat feed, and because they had chickens that weren't laying eggs for like 3 months, and they switched over and fed the chickens like some goat feed, and within like a couple of days they had eggs all of a sudden. I don't know. What do you think? Conspiracy, Illuminati stuff going on? Are they getting us by the eggs? All right. So just kind of impromptu. Um, like I said, I'm working with Stack Up, right? And Betty Monster was my recruiter, and she seems pretty awesome. So I've invited her to come on the show. So I'm getting ready to call her and bring her on as a guest. So be nice. Actually, don't. It's Monday. You don't have to be nice.
I did not want my camera on. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I don't have it set to capture it anyway. So,
Oh God. Yeah, yeah, okay. Hi. Howdy, everybody.
yeah, tell everybody who you are and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Betty Monster. I am just your average young white American streamer girl. Actually, I don't stream. That's not true. But I do work as a member of the influencer team relations for Stack Up.
Nice. I'm
And so,
and then she for some reason thought it was a good idea to ask your boy to be a part of that. So I don't know what she saw over here that was like, you know what? We need that motherfucker promoting some mental health stuff.
look, man, like you were really cool. It's chill. Like it's a nice stream. It's relaxed. It's got a good vibe. What's not to like?
I know it is, and normally I wouldn't say it's chill. we've definitely
Okay.
had
There
we've
was a good vibe. Let's
dude,
go with that. Chill for me is like, could I sit here, drink a beer, and hang out and watch this? Yes. If yes, then yes, we're good.
okay,
Like that's what I mean by chill.
nice. Well then yeah, we're chill. But there's a 2 drink minimum on a Monday morning.
I'm down for that. Hang on a second. Be right back. No, I'm kidding.
uh
I just had a long ass weekend. We're all good. She could tell you. I'm looking at your chat
yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
now.
What's up,
No,
Royal?
I didn't. I didn't get hit over the head. I had been watching a few too many Fortnite streams. Let me
Oh,
tell you how
yeah,
fun that is.
well, let's see. I can already
Ugh.
tell you, like, you'll never catch me on a Fortnite stream. In fact,
Mm-mm.
you'll never catch me for Fortnite or Valorant or CS:GO, and it's nothing to do with like the themes of the games. I just don't. First of all, I tried watching somebody play Overwatch on stream one time, and I had no idea what the fuck was even happening. Like there was just shit flying all over the place, and all they were doing was jumping up and down, jumping up and down. I'm like, God damn it, be still for a second.
No, I feel that. Like, okay. I mean, I used to play Overwatch 2 back in the day, or Overwatch back in the day. Oh yeah, it's because it's 2 now. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks, Blizzard, for that. But if you know what's going on, it's fine. But like Valorant, I've popped in and watched Valorant before, and I'm like, this looks like maybe fun, but also like I prefer FPSs where you can actually like build your character. You don't have to memorize the move set of every single
Right.
individual different character. Like that's not as appealing these days. But that's because I'm tired and I don't want to work that hard.
It's like it's a game. I just want to chill and shoot people. I don't want to know about all this.
want to load up my fishing cheat on Stardew Valley and
Oh
not have to
god.
play that stupid game.
There you go. I'm
I'm
down.
never gonna get good. I'm just gonna stay casual.
Yep. Filthy casual. It's like I told you. I get people that are like, "Oh, play this or MMO this," or and I'm like, "Man, I just really don't like playing with people." Like
I mean,
it's
playing with
different if
people's fun.
it's different if I know the person, right? But like, so I play League of Legends, so I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
not only was I usually have like four strangers on my team, but also have five strangers on the enemy team, and that's just a lot of talking, a lot of banter going on.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, it's not voice, but and they've done some things now. Like they've got it now to where they can like it like automatically mutes people who are saying certain words, and so
Mm-hmm.
at least they've done something about that. But I wouldn't say it's like helped out with their toxic community at all.
No, 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 no. You can throw a blanket over it, but the bed's still got a body in it.
True.
Right? Like, huh, you know what's underneath this sheet? Oh, yep, yep, that's some toxicity. And
So
that's the hard thing because I used to really love League, and like it was the thing that I would do because I was working as an overnight first responder for a retirement home.
mhm.
So like my favorite thing to do when I got home and I was like, all right, I've been sitting at a security desk all night or doing rounds or checking on people who hit their life alert. I really just want to get on and run some lanes, and that was really nice. But I mean, this was like 10 years ago at least.
You get that little notification from Life Alert that was like this person is, fell, can't get up, and you're like, well,
Yeah, yeah,
she
and this
just
was
gonna
a
have to wait.
massive facility. Oh
She
yeah.
she she just gonna have to wait because I'm up 16 CS and I'm getting ready to buy Death Cap.
I mean, if I could have actually ever had a laptop, this was while I was still like, I'd be at the facility, so I'd be sitting there like scrolling through crap on my phone. Like that was the best I could do.
I mean, hey, the first when I very first, because I had a friend, when I first moved back to North Carolina, I had a friend who told me about League of Legends, and I had always thought, because I always saw the advertisements for it, but I thought it was like one of those dumb like browser based games or whatever, and so I
Oh God.
I
Yeah,
was
I
I
know what you're
wasn't
talking about.
I wasn't all that interested in it, and they talked me into doing it. And all I had at the time was a real shitty laptop. And when I first started playing that game, I was getting 10, 15 frames per second, and
Ooh, big
and
money.
yeah. Oh, and by the way, Peanut's here to say hello to everybody. Apparently, since he just walked in the doorway.
That dog looks like the you okay meme dog, and he's so cute. Oh my God, that's such a cute
I'm
puppy.
actually surprised he's not laying on the couch, but he sometimes when I'm in here and I'm talking loud enough, he thinks that like something's wrong or something's going on,
So he's
and
got to check and make sure.
yeah, yeah, he has to come check everything out. It's okay,
Oh.
dude. You can go. Um, Plus he used to come in here all the time when I'd be streaming, and he would just kind of sit here and stare at me, and I started putting him on camera, and then he became more popular than I was, so I couldn't let him be on camera anymore because I share spotlights with no one. I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, I get it. I have three dogs. Two of them will come up here. One of them comes up here to yell at me. Like he'll just be like, "Hey, hey, what are you doing?" And then the last one just sleeps on the couch all day long. She couldn't care less.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not what he's doing. He's acting kind of needy today. So he
Mhm.
actually has really bad anxiety, and
Yeah,
he's on medication for it. And
yeah. You were telling me that. I remember he's a rescue, right?
yeah, he's a rescue.
That's
He
the
he
best.
he has he's like real sensitive to loud noises. He's sensitive to like thunder, gunshots, trash trucks, whatever.
Hmm.
Anything that has like that low rumble to it. He has really bad separation anxiety. So if he's left by himself, or if he doesn't know which room you're in or you're out of his eyesight, he gets really, really clingy.
Oh yeah, my
Mia
dog
took over your
Legs.
stream.
That's
Nice.
cute. Actually, Mia is the name of one of my dogs, the one that sleeps on the couch and doesn't care most of the time. Her full name is Mama Mia. She was dumped in my backyard while pregnant and had two puppies with her and her beagle boyfriend. Managed to find the original owner of the beagle, which was a pretty amazing story, because the dog had been missing for a year from the owner's backyard. And then got the puppies rehomed almost immediately, and then Mia just ended up staying with us,
Oh
which is
wow.
like she picked us. It's pretty cool. She is the most lazy princess dog ever though. If it's below 40 degrees, she's not staying outside. Like she'll tiptoe out there and then be like, "Okay, I'm down the man," and like doesn't want to be there at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Hmm.
I don't know. There's something to say. Like, I hate that they feel like stressed out like that, and we don't can't you don't really know what they're thinking, or but you could just tell like some days I could tell like he's fine, like he'll be distant, and then he'll have that like 5 minutes of wanting some real attention, and if he doesn't get it, then he's like weird for the rest of the day and clingy. But like if you just take that like 5 minutes, give him some attention, he'll be back asleep on the couch.
Assurance, it's like whenever you walk in, you just need a hug, right?
That's
Dogs are just
that's it.
sometimes they just need a little hug.
There you go. Yo, what up, Ratsky? Yeah, if you guys aren't following Ratsky, drop him a follow. He's also part of the Moco Loco stream team, and he does 3D printing as well. And pretty cool guy. I've been to his stream a couple times now. So, I was gonna ask you, how did you get involved with Stack Up? Like, did they who recruited you?
So, actually, my buddy Aphasia did. He had been working with them for a while and like had been telling me about it. And like, I play a fair amount of video games, right? And I spend
Right.
quite a bit of time on Twitch. And I was like, hey, yeah, like I really need something to do with my time here because I'm not doing too much. He was like, hey, here's this thing, and I'm like, okay, charities. Hold on, let me look, because like,
Yeah.
some charities they're a little sussy. I gotta
Yep.
like make sure that they're good. And like the first thing that I see on StackUp's website is their transparency policy and like all of their financials from like the last 5 years listed, where you can go through everything and see where all their money's gone, and like all of the testimonial stories where they've had like they send out a care package to a vet that's like in a hospital and bedbound, and like the story of how that vet was helped, like was able to reconnect with their family while they were in the hospital, or like stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. And they're like, yeah, and you can choose who you work with and find the cool people. Like see who you think would be good for Stack Up. Like, or even if they're just cool people to you. And I was like, okay. So I basically get to call my own shots.
Hey.
Yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. All right, cool. And I mean, it's super fun. I go around on Twitch. I find streamers such as yourself, and like sometimes I get to interact and have great conversations and learn things. And other times it's like, "Oh, no, I don't want to watch Fortnite. Okay, bye."
Yeah.
It's really cool though. Yeah.
It's weird because I like there's some streams that I can just sit there and watch, and even if it's just something that I just kind of like have in the background, say I'm like painting or something that day. And then there's some streams that I go there and I just can't figure out for the life of me. Like some of them I can't figure out why they've bothered to stream, because they're not acting like they want to stream. They don't talk, they don't interact, they never check their chat. They're just letting it fly. And then there's other
I've seen
ones.
some of those.
Huh?
Mm. I've seen some of those. I was actually on a stream last night with a guy that was playing Skyrim for the first time of all things, right?
Oh god.
Yeah, and I'm like trying to chat with him a little bit. He didn't have anybody else watching. I was just like, "Hey, what's up?" Because his title was like, "My girl left me," and I'm like, "Hey, man, you okay?" And eventually, like, he like messaged me in his chat, but like he wasn't doing anything else. He was just playing Skyrim. Um, but I mean, they're there, they're watching, they're just not always able to engage for whatever reason, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I get it, but it was funny because I know like when I very very first started, like I didn't expect that people would come watch at all because I was like, nobody wants to watch me play a game. Nobody wants to watch 3D printing. Nobody wants to do this. So when I first started, I remember my very first stream ever. I streamed playing Chrono Trigger, and
Oh,
I
nice.
had no idea at the time. I mean, I knew that I liked that game. It's like one of my all-time favorites, but I had no idea like how much of a following that game had. And
Does it still have like a on Twitch? Does it still have a following, or is it like?
it's one of those ones that since hardly anybody ever streams it because it is an older game, that if you do catch somebody streaming it, everybody who's a fan of that game shows up to that stream to watch it, right? So
Okay, that's cool.
I had no idea, and I had all these people that popped in that were like, "Oh shit, you're playing Chrono Trigger. That's like one of my favorite games." And then the next thing I knew, there was like 25 people, and I had never streamed before, and I'm trying to play the game. I didn't even have two monitors at the time, so I wasn't like able to really like. I had the game up, and then I had like a small chat window, like docked to the side, like
Oh,
so
nice.
so it was kind of hard to keep up with everything and with everybody, trying to keep, especially considering that I didn't have to I had never done it before, and I assumed after that I was like, well, damn, like 25 people showed up, cool. Like, is that on average? Like, people are gonna find you? And then I streamed like 6 or 7 different games after that I could barely get like I mean most of the time I was talking to myself. It'd be like zero zero followers or zero viewers. But the one thing that I did, because this is something that I was told a long time ago, in the music industry, was
Mm-hmm.
that when you step on stage to perform, you have to perform the same way for one person as you would a sold out venue. Like that one person deserves the same show that you would give to a sold out venue. And
Right.
and so for me, whether there was anybody in chat or not, I attempted to make sure that I talked and gave conversation and tried to be interactive when people did pop in once in a while so that they got like kind of an idea of what the experience was. But if I just kind of sat there and didn't talk and zoned out on the game, people come, might not say anything at first, and then just take off. All right, Retro Maker, take it easy.
Bye, Retro. Take care.
But so it just kind of like I kind of feel bad sometimes because, like I said, I try to every once in a while, I'll look up and try to raid out to people that have like less than 3, 4 viewers or whatever, just to kind of make their day. Because when I would get strangers raid into me, I always thought it was the coolest thing that somebody even found me.
I
and
think raids are one of the coolest parts about Twitch. Like, other stream channel or stream platforms don't offer that, do they?
They didn't. I know YouTube started a form of raids. They call it something else though. I forget what they call it now, but I
They
do
call
know.
it something else, but it's raids in essence. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. It's essentially the same thing. But Twitch was doing it even back when it was like Justin TV, I think it was called before it was actually Twitch. And it's sometimes that's a way to grow, but the issue really is like trying to find people to raid into that have like similar tastes in what your audience, or it's just a waste. And like cuz let's say that like every person who's here is only here because, well, let's face it, if they're here today it's because they like for me to cuss and talk shit about people. So I have to find other streamers that they would like to watch. Like, there's no point in me raiding into a League of Legends stream from here, because none of them would stay. They just
Nah, I wouldn't blame anybody. I was gonna say, and for the record, don't let me interrupt your normally scheduled motherfucking broadcast. I
oh
am happy to
no,
talk shit and cuss
no,
any
no,
day of the
no,
week.
you're not interrupting anything. I just to be fair, I let a lot of it fly on Friday, when I streamed on Friday inadvertently, just because we got on the subject of some of that stuff, and so a lot of the stuff that I had kind of built up and was like, you know what, maybe I'll talk about that shit on Monday. And I ended up not being able to wait, man. Like, that popcorn tin busted, and I just went fucking berserk Friday afternoon. You came for
I
the
mean,
verbal diarrhea. Yeah.
that's what people are into, man. Because let's face it, some shit sucks,
I
right?
I
And
mean,
like,
it definitely
it's
sucked.
okay to get mad. It's okay to get mad about it. Let's talk about it. Talking about it's what helps, even if you're just venting, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like it's Monday, right? So I'm sure like somebody woke up this morning and already was like, "Man, fuck." Right? Like they know something's coming today, something they got to do. You're here for the controversy. See, that's the other side of it, right? So, if you're not real familiar with the stuff that's going on with like the 3D printing community, then some of the stuff that I have controversy about might not make sense to you this Monday. But next Monday, when I'm talking shit about, you know, just some random asshole on Twitter or whatever, um, then you could probably relate. By the way, there's a new fucking the trailer dropped this morning for the new Ninja Turtle movie. We could talk about that.
I'm sorry. Did you say a new ninja? Hang on.
Yeah, the new Ninja Turtle movie.
Hold up. There's a new Ninja Turtle movie?
Yeah.
Wait,
It comes
is it
out.
that Michael Bay animation thing or
It's not
like?
Michael Bay.
Oh, thank God.
No, yeah, that's what I said. In fact, in the trailer, they actually make a comment kind of making fun of the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles, because one of the bad guys says,
Mutant Mayhem. Oh, it's
yeah,
like a weird cell shaded style.
he
Okay.
says what the heck are those things? And he says, I don't know, they look like little Shreks, like little
That's exactly what they looked like from the Michael Bay movie.
well,
Like that was
and
not good.
the thing with the Michael Bay movie was the only thing Michael Bay did good was in the second one, bringing in Rocksteady, Bebop, and Krang finally. And I actually was a little bit more forgiving towards it because of that, thinking that, oh shit, now they're starting to try to bring in the Technodrome, and then they're like, we're not going to do any more of them. And I'm like, oh, you wait till the part that everybody wants to fucking see, and then decide you don't want to make them. Thanks for those first two
Mm.
shitty ones where you okay. The original turtles are like 4 foot tall. They're like 16, 17 years old. Even in the original like 1990 movies with the Jim Henson costumes, which are still my favorite.
Those are timeless and they age super well. So yeah, agreed.
Right. And so like, you see these Michael Bay ones and they were like 8 foot tall, roided out. They were like literally Incredible Hulks, all of them. Like,
Hmm.
how the fuck did they even fit down a sewer drain?
Has anybody here ever been in a sewer? I have. Those drains are tiny.
Yeah, like you seen the sewer caps, right? Like their girth was bigger than that. And how the fuck are they supposed to be moving around New York City not being seen when they're that fucking big? So,
I couldn't tell you. I
but
am not a big person. I can move around pretty easily, but I can't imagine if you were over 6 foot. How tall were those things supposed to be anyway? I
I
don't
don't.
even know.
I mean, if you look at depending on how tall April O'Neil was supposed to be in that, they're good like 2.5 feet taller than her. They were they
Hang on,
were
hang on.
they were what, like 2 feet taller than Will Arnett. So
How tall? I'm looking this up now.
we're
I have to
doing
know.
Ninja Turtle science.
Okay, Will Arnett's 6'2", so they're like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were like fucking
8 foot
Incredible Hulks.
turtles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. This looks cute though.
Yeah, I'm
I
not gonna.
like the art style. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of it. Based off what
Oh, it's Seth Rogen?
yeah, Seth Rogen is doing it, and there's a lot of like Jackie Chan is playing Splinter, and
Okay, that's perfect.
if you catch him in the trailer, it's funny because this is obviously like pre-teenage Ninja Turtles. Like they're not quite teenagers yet, and Master Splinter has a fucking afro. Like he has the thick curly hair like an afro. um
Wait, what? Okay,
yeah.
well, okay. I will say this. Seth Rogen did a good job with The Boys, right? Like he was on the production team for that, or the producers team for that, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I like turtles,
And he's a
and
huge
I like turtles.
yeah, I just saw that video clip this morning. I like turtles.
Oh
Um,
God.
but like he's also like the difference is he actually grew up as a Ninja Turtle fan, so he knows what the fans want with it.
Yeah.
We already saw Rocksteady and Bebop in the trailer.
Yes.
The
Perfect. That's good.
we also know that they're bringing back Baxter Stockman and it's being voiced by Ice Cube. But he's called Superfly. But I could tell from the graphic that it was after Baxter Stockman turned into the Fly. So obviously they're separating the two, unless there's just going to be two of them for some reason. Um,
Look,
but
Spitting Moon. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but like, yes, we are because they were giant mountains, and it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna like squirm down into New York sewer tunnels. Okay, look, there is a line for my suspension of disbelief, and it comes at height and
e-
size.
exactly. And it's perfectly acceptable to think they would eat pizza because they live in New York. A lot of people eat pizza. It's probably the most disposed of food in New York. uh,
That's probably true. Yes.
the thing that I had a problem with is the way so the Ninja Turtle lore has changed so much throughout the years. But the one about where Michael Bay, Master Splinter, learned fucking ninja from a goddamn book he found in the sewer is what's funny to me that he knew enough from reading a book about ninjutsu to take on an actual ninja fucking warlord from Japan and win. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like I had little books on karate and shit when I was a kid, like how to do karate at home and all that kind of stuff. And then when I actually got into martial arts in my teens and started taking taekwondo, I went in there thinking that I already knew enough because I read that shit in a book. I did it step by step. I got my ass handed to me. I ain't, and that wasn't even a ninja warlord. That was like a white belt. It was in there kicking my ass. Um, but you know, I I don't know. I the cartoon had it to where it said that the turtle he put the turtles in the thing, and because he touched them, they turned into half mutant, half turtle. But yet apparently afterwards he decided to touch a rat and that turned him into half man half rat. But how come he didn't just change into half man half turtle from at the same time the turtles did? So stuff really doesn't not like there's a whole lot of scientific fact behind all this, but we could do an entire
Hmm.
YouTube series about the science of turtles. um but what Michael Bay did was just straight up bullshit. They were April's pet turtles in the laboratory, and she named them after. They were named their got their names because the test being run against them was called the Renaissance Project. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking
That is
about?
so much more highbrow than it needs to be. I like mysterious goo sewers turtles. Easy
Yeah,
equation. Done.
yeah. You know
I
what?
mean, yeah,
Just don't
whatever.
even bother telling the lore anymore. Like, it's
We all
changed.
know.
It's changed so much. Comic books, from the comic books to the cartoon. They tried to dumb it down in the cartoon to make it easier to follow, like the little kid walking out the damn pet store carrying four turtles in a fishbowl, and he trips and falls and it breaks and they fall down into the sewer.
It's the beauty of simplicity right there. I mean,
Uh,
wasn't the original Ninja Turtles like a comic that was like really violent? Am
yeah,
I remembering
yeah,
that?
the original turtle. Well, not. I mean, it was definitely kind of violent, but I would say it was just more dark than violent.
Mm-hmm.
One of the artists that hang out in here, Matt from Inspired, he did like some really good 3D printable models of the original turtles from those comic books.
Oh,
And,
that's awesome. Okay.
and yeah, that was back when they were like super gritty. And I mean, yeah, at the end in the comic book, they killed Shredder, and it was pretty like violent how they did it and how they showed it. That's why I like the Jim Henson Turtles, like that 1990, the original 1990 movie. First of all, was filmed here where I live, so hey. But two, it stuck to the basics of everything that the turtle stood for. That is a dark, gritty movie. This is, you the first time that you see Raphael, and the first word he says is "damn." Well, you didn't hear that in the cartoon. You know, if you were a fan of the cartoon, you never saw. Are you talking about the Last Ronin? Yeah, Last Ronin. Yo, Kevbot, thanks for the follow. Um, but like, in the cartoon they didn't cuss. They just joked around, had a good time. Raphael was Rob Paulson, who was a friend of mine, and he has like this really high
Oh,
pitched.
no kidding.
Yeah, he has this real high pitched voice. And then in the movie was Josh Pace, who gave him more of like that New York Brooklyn accent. A Jose Canseco bet. Tell me, you didn't pay money for this. He gave him like that attitude. It was like it wasn't these necessarily fun-loving turtles, but they were colorful and they
So
remind
quintessentially New York.
yeah, and they were, but they still captured like the essence of the cartoon. So it was like the best of both worlds for kids who grew up on the cartoon that didn't know about the comic book, that wanted to see the live action movie. Boom, there you go. Everybody was happy. All the claustrophobia joke. I'm not claustrophobic. I never looked at another guy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Um dude,
No, I grew up loving those movies. They were great.
yeah, they're actually, it's funny because Judith Hogue, who played April O'Neil, they're doing the old farmhouse in the movie where they go off to the old farmhouse and
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get so that's, like I said, that was shot here. And the farmhouse where they shot that is doing an outdoor showing of Ninja Turtles like next weekend or something, and where you buy tickets and you go watch it. You watch it there on the set where they filmed it, and then you get to take a tour of like the old farmhouse and the garage where they were working on the truck and all that kind of stuff. So
Do you think they
um,
still have the bathtub?
I don't know, because
Hmm.
I don't know if they use. See, here's the issue with movies when they shoot here is a lot of the times they just use the exteriors and then they'll build the interiors on the soundstage. So what you saw that looked like it was the inside of that house was probably actually on the soundstage, where they had like the floors, the walls, and all the props in there, but no roof, and then they would just shoot it. Um,
Actually, that makes a lot of sense because then they could, I guess that means they can control the lighting and all their settings and stuff more easily, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
just the overall environment, outside noise, all that kind of stuff. So
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
yeah, I mean, that's not the case for everything. I mean, the Goonies filmed inside
Oh,
the actual
God. Yeah.
house. They didn't. The only part of the set of the house that they built in the Goonies was the attic. That was not part of the original house. In fact, there's a small tell that it's one of those things that you pretty much have to be in film and be a filmmaker to tell. But if you think about the scene where they're standing in the hallway and um, she's telling Mouth not to go up in the attic, and they push the thing up. It's a wide open space, except for the part that drops down for the attic, of course. And then later, when they're all climbing up there, there's a that's on the set, and so there's a wall there, and there's wallpaper, and there shouldn't be a wall there because when they showed the in the real house, it was just an open space above a staircase. So um, little things like that are a tell, but I guess they decided because of how many props and how that needed to be dressed that it was easier to put that on a set than to carry it back and forth to this house.
Makes sense.
Those costumes hold up better than any CG. Oh yeah, the
Oh
well
God, yeah, the
the
Henson ones?
first
Absolutely.
the first one, the Henson ones held up well. The second one, you could tell they started going downhill a little bit. By the third one, they were just like, oh God, I don't know what was worse in the third Turtles movie, those suits or the ones where they did their live action rock tour, where
Oh,
they
I
were
went
in
to
a
one of those when I was a kid.
yeah, when they were in a band for Pizza Hut.
Ah, yes, I was so much fun. I went to that and the Power Rangers ones.
Yep.
That was the hot stuff right there.
And then there was the next mutation, which was like the Saturday morning live action Turtles that actually was done by the same people who did Power Rangers, and they had a Turtles Power Rangers crossover, which was pretty cool.
I think I've seen a GIF from that before, actually.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like, okay, yeah, I have seen that one. I just looked it up. Okay,
and
yes, that was
honestly,
awesome.
at least those suits still look better than the ones from Turtles 3. And Jim Henson had nothing to do with Turtles 3.
Oh, he
Um,
had passed away, hadn't he?
Yeah, I believe so because I think at the end of or at the beginning of the second one, it has the in memory of that they added. I don't know if they added that like on
Hmm.
like later releases. Like it might not have been that way on the original VHS, but by the time it hit like DVD and stuff, it probably did. Um, but the first one is always gonna now talking about they hold up as far as watching it, but if you've ever seen pictures of the suits now that it's been like 30 years, they're nightmare fuel. Like they're literally rotting off of the animatronics and it looks all fucked up. Like there's a
Yeah, they didn't really think about prop preservation back then.
no
I have a buddy of mine that worked on the Dark Crystal Netflix series.
yeah, love that.
He made the Skeksis costumes,
Nice.
outfit, look, yeah, and a lot of the like set dressing stuff too. But he was talking about how he got to go into like these warehouses where they have like environmentally controlled areas where they have the original Skeksis costume or like costumes like in like preserved like wrappings and stuff like that to protect them, and they let him look at them. He could not touch them.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy
Yeah.
too because they
He said that
were
they were completely brittle. Like they were really, really deteriorating.
yeah, because so all of the people that I know that worked on Turtles 1 and 2 here locally, basically they were given orders after the first movie that they were supposed to shred the suits. That's why the same suits weren't used in the second one. They didn't even know there
No
was
shit.
yeah, they didn't even know there was going to be a sequel. Most people don't know this. The first Turtles movie was the very first uh high budget, well, not high budget because it didn't have a high budget, but it was the very first studio funded independent film by because it was made by Golden Harvest, which was an independent company, and then it was picked
From
up.
what I know.
Yeah, and then it was picked up